Super Mario Galaxy is the first real 3D platformer on the Wii, technically a successor to Super Mario Sunshine. And as always, Nintendo came up with something innovative that hasn't been done in the series before. This time it was the planet system, technically worlds without boundaries featuring circular or customizable gravity. But this innovative idea led to a lot of testing in the game. Testing of ideas, monsters, design choices that were eventually scrapped. But a lot of these ideas still have some leftover data in the final game files. Let us start with Mario himself.
Mario originally was supposed to have the punching move and the dive. That indicates that the Luma ability, the spin jump, wasn't meant to be in the game in the early stages. However, the punch and the dive were later scrapped due to lack of usage. Also, Mario got a lot of tennis moves, for some unknown reason. One possibility could be that they were just to test the animations of Mario to their full extent and just forgot to remove them again. Also, in the game files there are still models of the original, high-poly Mario. It also comes with two alternate textures, one being Ice Flower Mario, the other wearing a brown suit, probably from an upgrade planned at some point, but that got scrapped again.
But not only Mario has gone through changes. Especially the galaxies in Super Mario Galaxy were supposed to have some different planets. If we take a look at the E3 demo, we can see a planet that somehow didn't make it into the game. Actually, this planet was even used to promote the game in the form of screenshots. Looking at the files, one can assume that the planet was originally supposed to be the starting planet or the home planet with the Comet Observatory on it. Later it was changed to a tutorial level for the E3 demo in 2006. After that, it got scrapped entirely. Along with the E3 demo, 2 additional planets got removed from development. 2 so-called relay planets, a set of very small planets that was just for small tasks. Examples of them are the Fohana Relay Planet and the M-Shape Relay Planet. Before they got their names, they were just relay planets. And so it turns out that Relay Planet C, which made it into the E3 demo but never made it into the full game, and Relay Planet F didn't even get that far, but it's still in the game files. Another scrap planet is the Stardust Star, a planet with weirdly shaped hills and a question mark on it.
But how dare we not present the biggest scrapped stage of the game, Starman's Fortress. This fortress was planned in the very beginning of the game's development, was scrapped, got remade, got scrapped, was remade again, and finally got removed from the final game again. This was a huge letdown for the team working on this game, as this level has been remade multiple times, has concept arts, fully textured, and is fully functional. The pipes you can see on the levels are no teleporters though, they lead straight to the other side of the platform. This level is so huge and complex that we had to load it into a different game engine to run it properly. This is probably one of the saddest removals ever from a Nintendo game.
But there are other minor changes, like the house on the starting planet in Good Egg Galaxy called Disc Flower Planet. But with the unused planets, there are also other things that didn't make it into the game, such as unused characters and enemies. For example, a file called Chico contains a red star. The file for Luma is called Tico. Notice similarities? One option is to assume that Lumas were red stars in the beginning that were supposed to help you, but that's really just an assumption. You know this fella here? Exactly, it's the Millennium Star from Mario Party 3, or at least it looks like it, cause the file calls it Tico Chi, which translates to Old Luma. He even has an idle animation, a talking animation, and an animation called Call, which is almost the same as the idle animation. Eventually he was meant to be called and shown through a hologram? We'll never know. Other than small little helpers, some monsters also didn't make it into the game. The Dragon Head Flower is a good example of this. It was a big flower that tried to eat Mario when he would approach, and then spit him out upwards. However, it didn't make it into the game. Some animations are left over, but especially the inhale animation was never completed.
Another almost done enemy that didn't make it is the Big Fly. It looks like a dragonfly, it even has an idle and a hurt animation. That is a little broken cause it was never finished. Along with the Big Fly, there was another monster, assumably a boss or a mini-boss called Big Fly. A large version of the Big Fly with tusks that were supposed to attack you when closed. However, this one has no damage animation. It's unknown why this animation was removed anyway, but maybe he was just not supposed to get damaged by Mario. We don't know. Also, the bullies were meant to return and are still fully in the game's files. Nintendo decided not to give them a proper model, and that's what they were once again. However, the eyes had a higher resolution. They even still have all their animations, but didn't make it after all. Wonder what these little toad figures here are? Their name is called Kinopi. The Japanese name for toads, however, is Kinopio. Apparently they were little toad-like enemies that hopped around on different planets. This enemy here is called Flame Gun in the files. No one knows if that was supposed to be the final name, cause it's an enemy and not something Mario was supposed to carry. It behaves a little like a turret. It can't move around, doesn't really react to Mario, but it shoots fire from time to time.
Another enemy that didn't make it past the earlier days of Super Mario Galaxy is Iceman. No, it's not a comic book hero. It appears that Iceman was supposed to be a boss at some point. His animations are Angry Demo, Death Demo, and an animation for throwing chunks of ice. However, looking at the animation table, it says that this boss was planned for deletion. Poor old Iceman. But we're not done yet. Mochina, a small, little, cute, but happy enemy that got no love from Nintendo after all. This little whale enemy was supposed to go after coins when some were lying around on the ground. It has a few animations, but none of them are... Oh god, what are you even doing? And apparently the Piranha Plant was supposed to make a comeback as well. Wait a second, they are in the game. Well, if we look at the files, this one is called Octopus Queen. This is not how I remember an octopus, but whatever. We don't know why it's called Octopus Queen, why it has animations, and why is this a thing. Thanks for watching everybody, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to watch more videos, click the annotations on the screen right now or in the upper right corner. And if you want to watch our future videos, then just subscribe!